Hey guys, welcome back. It is the morning routine. It is Tuesday, August 13th, and we are counting down to, this is episode 14 on our countdown to episode 1000. So let's get into the daily ritual of headlines. Starting with Jelly Roll and Machine Gun Kelly spent 2 years on amazing John Denver inspired song. John Denver inspired song. They basically took John Denver's song, the melody, and then just rewrote the lyrics. That's really what they did. They changed the melody and they just, a few different instruments and whatnot. Speed, slowed it down just a little bit, but it's basically John Denver's song. They rewrote it. So were they inspired by this song? Maybe. I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of either of those folks. Hey, they're good at what they do and they make a ton of money doing it, so have at it. But, yeah. Inspired? I don't know. All right, next up. Henry Cavill, the guy that's played Superman and The Witcher and various other things. Henry Cavill addresses the sacrifices he made for Deadpool and Wolverine cameo with a dig at DC. He's got the right to dig at DC, by the way, because he was, in my opinion, the best Superman. He just, great character, great look, great acting. He made it. That was a good storyline too, like the way they did it, but the actors always bring the story together, and he did an amazing job. And DC, they just didn't really work it out with Henry Cavill. Now, I'm going to say Henry Cavill was probably in the right. Moving on, Ryan Reynolds fired from Deadpool role, replacement immediately confirmed. I'm going to call fake news because Ryan Reynolds is the reason Deadpool has been successful. Why would they fire the most important guy to the Deadpool series? That would make no sense. Well, actually in Hollywood it'd probably make perfect sense, because oftentimes the executives of the companies don't make the best decisions because they're not the artists. The artists are making the show. Blah, blah, blah. Moving on. All right, guys, it is time for our positive quote with Hannah, because although it's not Monday, it's Tuesday, and we got a week to go. So, Hannah, make us positive.
You are enough today. You were enough yesterday. You'll be enough tomorrow. Always remember that.
Damn, tell him, Hannah! You tell him!
I will remember that, because we got a lot of work to do to get to our 1000th episode and so much more. So I'm always going to look back and say, yes, I was good enough for yesterday. And because that, I'm good enough for today, and I will be good enough tomorrow, right? There we go. I'm feeling positive now. Moving on to back into one of the originals from the morning routine. Zach Weiss doing Back in the Bearded Past.
Hey, how you guys all doing? It's good to be back, and let's get to it. It's Tuesday. I hope you guys have had a good Monday and a good morning, and let's go back in the bearded past with Zach. Today in history. Today is Tuesday, the 13th of August. We had, actually in 1868, it is an 8.5 to 9.0 magnitude earthquake that struck in Africa, it's the the Erika earthquake, and it struck in southern Peru. It caused a major amount of damage. I mean, there was over 25,000 lives lost, and also too, you got to remember there weren't the same response teams back then. So these people are just stranded there. This thing also became so destructive, they had a basin-wide tsunami that actually affected Hawaii and New Zealand. That's insane. It's insane what Mother Earth can do. Also on this day in history, we had See, in 1905, the Norwegians vote to end the union with Sweden. So they used to be kind of in union as some of the northern European countries. They decided that on this particular day they're going to stop that and go on as their own and break away from that union. Also on this day we had this is an interesting fun fact. So in 1779, the American Revolutionary War, the Royal Navy defeats it's an expedition with the most significant loss of the United States naval forces prior to the attack on Pearl Harbor. So the Royal Navy, before the bombing of Pearl Harbor in 1941, December 7th, this was the largest naval battle and naval losses in American history. So what is that, 170 years later? Wow, that's pretty cool. I had no clue that had happened. And last but not least on this day in history, we had the Central African Republic declares independence from France. This was a big move, the decolonization of a lot of African, Middle Eastern countries. Early in history, colonies were a big part of power. Eventually, these places became less and less, and they wanted to form their own sovereign nations. So this is a big step for them going this day. You guys, is a little off today, my game, but it's good to be back, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your Tuesday, and I'll talk to you later.
All right, and one more. Next up, we have another original from the morning routine that's been here from the very, very beginning. Gabrielle with not doing what she did in the beginning, doing a new version of what she's doing, which is We Eat What right here.
Oh, no. What? I don't think so. Oh, no. We eat what?
Good morning, everybody. Here we are, back. It's been a really long time. I apologize. Well, whatever, right? So, I'm going to keep up here as long as I can on the old We Eat What? I was looking around at, there are foods out there that other people eat that we just think that's disgusting. But it's something that they've eaten, or it's cultural, whatever it is. So I started looking up, and I saw this, and this is in the United States. Back in the day before there were refrigerators, so we could keep everything cold, when you, say, killed something to eat it, it either got smoked or it got salted or, all that kind of stuff. But nothing ever went to waste. I don't care if it was what kind of animal it was, nothing went to waste, That's why Daniel Boone had a coonskin cap, right? The pelt didn't go to waste. So I saw this and it said I thought it was going to be like this really cool kind of jelly stuff, but it turned out not to be. It's called jellied moose nose. Yes, moose, like Bullwinkle the moose on the loose, that kind of moose. And it comes from the area way up in Alaska, and Canada. Moose is very prevalent, I guess. There are lots of moosies around there. And so, just like I said, you don't want anything to go to waste, right? So they came up, I guess, all those years ago, figuring out how to, cook everything. But they make moose nose jelly. Yeah, out of the moose's nose. And they cook it, and it says they cook it to a certain temperature and it makes all the hair fall off. Good thing, no one wants moose nose hairs or anybody's nose hairs. But then they take them out and then they, put some spices and different things in it, and then it gets gelatinous, like jelly, and they slice it really thin and they eat the moose's nose. It just sounds disgusting to me, but I would probably be the person to try it if somebody had some jellied moose nose. They say it's a delicacy now. Honestly, it's a delicacy. So people want to try it now because, you know, they want to be adventurous. But back in the day, that was it. You know, it got jellied and it was part of their everyday, instead of butter on the table, I guess. I don't know, but these are the things that we do eat. Not we, not me, but people do eat. Jellied moose nose. Have a great day.
We eat what?
All right, very good. Another bit from the early days, not right out of the gate, but Joe was a great contributor in the early days of the morning routine. He jumped in with a few different bits, and one that really stuck was the Name That Tune. Here you go.
Hey, it's Music Tuesday. Can you name the song?
Very good. If you can name that tune, put it down in the comments. Raise your hand after the show is over. Not right now. No one's gonna look at. Put your hands down if you know the song. Put your hands down. You can ask after the episode's over. Next up, we have our Thinking Cap Time question of the day.
What's the silliest fear that you guys have?
Maybe just heights.
Spiders?
Spiders? Oh yeah, I don't like those either. Ugh.
Ooh, what is the silliest fear I have? Well, I'm gonna say that, you know, I don't necessarily have a silly fear, but to some of my fears, I probably act pretty silly. Yeah, and my response to certain fears is a silly response, but a silly fear, I don't really know that I have a silly fear. I'm not afraid of like Tootsie Rolls or something like that. I mean, I don't like asparagus, but I'm not afraid of asparagus. You know, not silly like I'm afraid of Tootsie. That's just weird. If you're fearful of Tootsie Rolls, that's just weird. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't. But my reaction to some things might be a little bit silly. So we'll go with that. Next up, the ASL phrase word of the day right here. Because yesterday was cheese.
ASL word of the day is cook. My mom cooked food at home.
All right, I need to cook some cheese and some hot dogs while I ride my motorcycle. That's ridiculous. Don't ever cook cheese and hot dogs while you're riding a motorcycle. Don't do it. Even if you're riding on the back, very, very dangerous, so I've heard. Next up, we have Did You Know This with Mr. Zach.
Did you know bananas are berries and strawberries are not? When having a banana smoothie, you can call it a berry smoothie.
Did you know that bananas are berries?
Yes, I actually saw it on an app.
Well, did you know that strawberries are a berry?
No, I did not.
Wow. My life is now forever changed because it's right in the name, strawberry. Strawberry. It's not a berry. That's very weird to me. And a banana, I kind of get it, you know. I mean, sort of. Although most berries in the wild don't have to be peeled. It's just the berry is exposed and you eat the berry. Blueberry, raspberry, huckleberry, blackberry. I'm sure there's many other berries and I'm forgetting. We can't put the strawberry apparently in there because it's not a berry. Yeah, but a banana is a berry. Okay. It's very strange to me. Haha, yeah. All right, guys, that is it for Tuesday. We're continuing our countdown to 1,000, so we will see you tomorrow, Wednesday, for the morning routine. Take care. Artists are making the show. Blah, 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 blah.